Okay, finally our last dealio on the instructional side of things is going to be Prezi. Again, you're going to have to probably make a login for this, so I don't want to get started. I just want to log in. Yeah. See where it says all these? Don't pay any attention to those. Go continue free. For you guys, for myself, I'm going to hit login because I already have a login. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So I'm going to build one from scratch for you. You can get an idea what the process is going to look like that way. And then you can obviously use it for your own instruction, or you can reteach it to your students so they can produce this type of material for assessment for you. So like for anchored instruction, we have to have a multimedia presentation, right? So it's a multimedia presentation. So I'll go over the major structures, and I'm going to start from blank because if I use a template, you're not going to learn anything. So I can point and click, so basically I just clicked into that box to start typing. And if I want, I can zoom in. So if it's a big idea, make it a little bit bigger. And then we will, hey there. Okay, that's fine. We'll go back off, go back on. And do like that, and do like that. Okay, so we'll zoom back out. I'm not going to worry about this because I don't really want that there to begin with. So I'll start with an idea, big idea. Then if I want to add in some structures, so if I go to Insert, and then I go to, let me see here, what do I want? Symbols and shapes. And that will give me some crazy styles of symbols and shapes. I don't like using those. And where is it? Layouts, that's what I was looking for. Okay, so these are basically frames with stuff inside of them. If I use a multi-frame, then I can drag that over into the box. If I want to make it a little bit bigger so I can actually see what I'm typing into, I can do that too. Then of course, if I want to type in, I probably have to go even closer. Fight with me, because you know I like it. Click off on it, double click back in. There we go. So if I go to cool for, and you know the next one, it's Jello. So too cool for Jello, and then I can use my scroll on my mouse or my trackpad to scroll back out if I want to, or I'm stuck using these things right here. So that'll go to the next thing. Now let's say I want to bring in an image. Okay, so then I'll go Insert, and then I'll do Image. Okay, so that allows me to bring something in that I already have. Okay. I can also put in a YouTube video. I can drop in PDF, PowerPoint, etc. Okay, so that allows me to do all of that kind of stuff. So again, I'm kind of forced into browsing for the image that I want. So if I go over and I put group of college students, and I go there, and let's say I want one of these images, I'm just going to take this one, which I know is ginormous once again, go over to the tab that I want to drop it into, Didn't recognize your URL. Alright, so that means I need to save the thing. So I'll click on it, view image, right click, save image as, save it somewhere that I know, which happens to be my messy 522 folder at the moment. Then I'll go back, and then I'll go insert, and then I'll go image. And then I'll try to remember what the thing was named. And it's going to come in. And, so it wants to auto resize it because it's just too big. So annoying. If I want to make it smaller, you can make it even smaller now. Alright, so this is going to illustrate how we use frames. So let's say I want to put a frame over this guy's head. So I can put an invisible frame, drag it over the image, and resize it. I guess I'll put it over. I mean, I can put it anywhere I want to, but I'll put it over. Okay, so that'll allow us when we go to navigate between items later on, that'll allow us to navigate between items. Now let's throw in a good old YouTube video, and we'll call it, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll go over to YouTube then, won't we? Because I can't search for anything anymore. YouTube, and if we go to Blow Dart Ninja Professor, we take that one, copy the URL from up top. What? It's me? No. Paste it in there, hit insert. You see the preview right there. There's Cam and Marissa and Alyssa and behind there. Alright, so I'm going to add one more structure so you can see what it looks like. Actually, I don't want to do that. I want to drop that down and I want a bracket frame. And I'm going to drag that over so I can show you what an incremental reveal looks like. So in here, if I type in stuff, to then click somewhere else, cool, click somewhere else, Thor, click somewhere else, good. Okay, so then I've got those there. I'm going to show you later on when we actually do the animation on this what it's going to look like. So what you can't probably see right now is down the bottom here, below this frame is edit path. I should have resized before I started, but let me drag the frame down. Boom. And boom goes the dynamite. If I hit edit path, I'm going to clear all, okay? Because I want to start the path from the beginning, okay? And then I'm going to scroll out, okay? And then I'm going to start where I want to start. So I'm going to hit edit path again. I'm going to start on the big circle. I can't get to the big circle, I got to scroll out some more. Then there. Then I want to go to the big inside big idea. Big. Back to my circle. So again, I'm going to have to scroll out. It's like ballet, isn't it? Scroll out. Then I'm going to go over to this wonderful layout structure. Apparently I need to scroll in. I want the outside frame, the perimeter. So it gives me the whole thing, and then I can go item by item along to stage it to talk about each item. Again, it's presentation software, that didn't mean to do that. So if I want to dump that one out, I can do that. And then I was at 2 cool, and then I go 4, and then that. And again, I'll go back to the big frame. I'm going to go to the big picture. I click on the picture itself. Want to go into the zoom into her face, and then back out. Want to play the video? Play the video. Let's say I didn't want to do that. Let's say I wanted to go to the bracket first. I would take this here, and I would scroll out, hover over my bracket, release it there. That's going to put it in the sequence that I want. Let's say I want these to do an incremental reveal. I click on the star there, okay? And basically what's going to happen is every time I click, it's going to go in order. So every time I use the advanced arrows, it's going to reveal a new item. so I don't need to talk about all the items at the same time. Then, of course, if I'm not done quite yet and I want to go back to my origin point of my presentation, go back to my origin point. To play this thing, once it's done, of course I'll hit done. To play this thing, I'll go back up top. Let me move my frame back up top for you. Okay, to present. Going to look like that. To initialize, so it gives us the overview. I click on my right arrow, zoom in. So it's everything that we defined in terms of paths. And this is the part where we get the motion sickness. And we take the Dramamine. Look away, just look away. And so there's a picture, zooming in on her face, very pixely. I'm glad we picked a large photo. And then we go here, hey, where's my stuff? Remember, it's an incremental reveal. So I gotta click every time. I have to click every time to play it. It'll auto-load my video.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started.
Nobody needs to see that, and we go back to the beginning. So then once we're in our Prezi and we're finished, if you hit exit there, Prezi has the same kind of sharing options that Google Slides and Google Docs has, so you can have people collaborate at the same time. So if I have multiple students in the same group doing group work, they want to put a presentation together, they can do that. Okay, so they can actually manage to do that. We really don't need to download or any of those items. You can do that, but it's kind of resistant to do stuff like that because it's meant to be an online interface. So if it's hidden, nobody's going to find it. If it's public, people can find it. All right. If it's private, only you who logs in. If I want to add people again, so if I want to add people that are from my group, I can add people. And again, so that as an editor, so then I'd hit add and she'd be able to add to the stuff. Again, that's basically what you do. You don't want to hit present remotely because that's not going to be helpful to you. If you want to share it so other people can see it, again, we go share, we go copy link, and make sure it's public. If you try to go and present remotely, that means you need to present it live at a scheduled time.